I really wanted to, address a question that I get a lot. A lot of people ask me, how did you lose weight? So, just to share with you, I am Chandra Kydd, an award winning educator, and I am also an author, and I am a entrepreneur who is all about learning ways to get better in all areas of your life. So, for those who, may not know me, I used to be about 230 pounds. So, at a woman who's about, 5'4", I was really, really heavy, and I've been heavy all my life. So when I decided to really get serious about losing weight, I realized that I had to learn how to lose weight because I tried all these years and was not successful. So I had to go to a nutritionist to learn ways to just eat better and just be healthier. So I wanted to share with you guys some tips that really helped me to sustain my weight loss. I lost about 80 pounds. So I didn't reach my full goal. I missed it by like 5 pounds, but I am still all about making sure that I maintain my weight loss. So one of the things that I want to definitely encourage you guys to do is never skip breakfast. Okay. Now, if you are a Southern gal or a Southerner like myself, most of our breakfasts are very heavy in carbs. Typical breakfasts, eggs, pancakes, biscuits, grits, all of these heavy carb food items. But breakfast does not need to be heavy. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to not eat so heavy, especially if it's during your work week, because that's going to really weigh you down and make it very difficult for you to stay active and get moving and busy about your day. So I want to share one of my go-to breakfasts, which I have almost 5 days a week during the week. All right. And it's usually 2 boiled eggs, a soft boil. I like my soft boil where it's kind of custardy in the middle, where the yolk is still has a little bit of movement, but it's not too hard and dry. And I also pair that with a yogurt parfait that I'm going to show you guys how I make one today. So let's get started. All right. So first of all, I've already boiled my eggs. All right. So I got 2 eggs here boiling. All right. So I'm gonna, one of the tricks with a boiled egg, because a lot of people say, well, how do you get the peel off of the egg easily? And so what I do is I make sure that as soon as I stop boiling it out, and I always time my eggs. I make sure that I time my eggs every time because I want them to have that consistency every single time. And so I boil them and I time them every time, but I make sure that I crack them. And then I rinse them in cool water. I crack them, and then I put fresh cold water on top with some ice, and that kind of stops the cooking process, and it makes that shell just slide right off. All right, so let's jump over here. So come over here with me, you guys. So I'm over here, and I have a session set up for my my parfait. So you see here that I have like some, I'm going to stop the camera movement because it's not moving the way I want it. So yes, perfect. All right. So I have over here some fruit, some fresh fruit. I'm a big advocate of fruit. I love to make sure that I incorporate fruit as often as I can. So for my parfait, I am going to peel a mango. Now, let me tell you the story about this mango. This is from my mom's tree. All right. My mom's specific kind of mango is a Tommy Atkins. It's a hybrid kind of mango. And the beautiful thing about these mangoes, first of all, look at how big and gorgeous this mango is. Look at that. My gosh, it is huge. All right. And the beautiful color that it has. But what's even more amazing about this Tommy Atkins mango is that it is absolutely sweet. And it is not like some other forms of breeds of mango that are very fibrous. They have those strings in them. All right. These guys are more firm. So they are perfect for, making, dicing them to make smoothies, to make recipes. They are perfect for, you can freeze them. They freeze really well. And I like to make them with my parfaits, but I stole this from my mom's house because, she bogarts these mangoes. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. So I'm going to get a bag. All right. So I got to kind of use like a bag. It's like a little garbage bag here. All right. And then I'm going to get myself a really nice sharp knife. All right. And I am going to peel this guy. I'm going to always start here at where the stem comes out. I start there, and then I start to just kind of make my way in a circular motion because I want to reserve as much of that flesh as I can. I don't want to cut out too much of my good meat. So I just kind of just rotate as I go and just follow the contour along the mango. And if you notice, you know, this mango is really firm. It's holding together really well. And there are a few ripe spots on this one, but that's okay. I cut around that. And I'm just going to keep slicing, making quick work of rotating that guy and getting that peel off. Making sure that I go all the way around all the sides. And there you have it. Look at that, beautifully peeled. Look at that mango, and it is nice and firm, and you could see the juices are running down my fingers because this baby is so sweet and juicy. And you want to get it when it's like really kind of that red and green kind of color because it'll still have that firmness to it. That's just perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my little garbage bowl over here to the side. All right, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of like put some like slices around the mango as deep down as I can to that pit. Slice around as deep down as you can. And then there's that ripe spot. All right, there's that ripe spot there. I'm going to kind of cut that guy out because I don't want that too ripe part. And I'm going to just drop that in my bowl. So back around, slicing it down, going down as far as I can. Going in one direction. And when I get up, I tried to lose one. And then I'm going to go in the other direction. All right, I'm going to go around in the other direction. All the way around. So that way I can create like little cubes. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but it just makes it easier to make the parfait when the mango is kind of cubed for you. I'm going to go all the way around, all the way down till I feel that pit. All the way around. Keep slicing. And I'm going to make several slices all the way around. And now I'm going to just start to slice this guy. Look at that. Now I got these big, beautiful cubes of mango right off the pit. Go all the way around. Oh, it is nice. I can smell the sweetness of this guy. And I'm just going to keep contouring around that pit and get all that good juicy mango off of that pit all the way around. It is messy, but it is good. Oh my gosh. See, I'm tempted to actually pick it up and bite it. But the last time I did that, I ended up eating the whole mango and didn't have any for my parfait. So I am going to avoid the temptation this time and make sure that I get all of my mango and not get sidetracked and taste the mango and end up eating the entire mango without making my parfait. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. All right. So there we have it. All right. And I'm going to just rinse my hands really quickly. All right. So now we have our beautiful mango sliced up and ready to go. All right. I'm going to clear that. All right. So now we have our mango already diced. Beautiful mango sliced and diced, ready to go. All right, so I'm going to put that to the side. All right, so now I'm going to slice up some of these gorgeous strawberries. Always go with whatever fruit is in season. Don't go out and expend expensive amount of money. In order to sustain, this kind of lifestyle, you have to keep it as affordable as possible. And when it comes to fruit, go with what's in season. So if you have if blueberries are what's in season at the moment, then have blueberries. All right. But since strawberries are in season and they're very affordable, as well as mangoes are in season, I'm going to go with strawberries and I'm going to go with mangoes. So I have some beautiful, look, Look at that strawberry. That is gorgeous. So we're going to have some strawberries in our yogurt parfait. So I'm going to go back to my knife here. All right, and I got a bowl here, and this is the cutest little fruit bowl, you guys. I got it from the thrift store for $2. So please, you know, the best dishes and best cute little items you can get are from the thrift store. You know, save money, you guys. Don't spend a lot. With today's economy, we have to save wherever we can. So the thrift store, I got this beautiful little fruit bowl from the thrift store. So I'm going to slice up some of these strawberries. All right, I'm just going to cut the top off. All right, and I'm going to dice it really small. Okay, because it makes it easier to eat the parfait when the strawberry and the fruit is kind of small. It makes it more bite size. All right. And the good thing about doing it this way is that you actually get a lot of fruit out of a little bit of fruit. So you end up having fruit left over for another day. You can prep and do this in advance. I normally make my parfaits far in advance, and that way I can just grab them and go throughout the week. All right, so I'm going to dice up these beautiful, delicious red strawberries. So far, I've only cut up about 2, and already it's yielding a lot of fruit because I'm dicing it up so small and bite size. So I think I'll do 1 more. Should be enough. And that way, if you're making parfaits for maybe like your loved ones or your family members, you know, you can make several at a time. So I'm dicing here, and this guy is calling my name. I got to do it. He's so pretty and red. I can't resist. I can't resist. He's like, come, slice me too. Me too. I want to be in a parfait. All right. So now you see I have a beautiful array of some diced strawberries here. So now I got my strawberries. I got my mangoes here ready to go. All right, I'm going to move my strawberries out of the way. All right, now I know you guys are eyeing this little pineapple, and I'm not going to put my pineapple in today. I just wanted to show you guys how cute this was actually grown out of the yard. So if you didn't know, you could actually grow your own pineapple. So when you buy a pineapple out of the store, especially if it was one that was really sweet and juicy and nice, don't throw this top away. What you do is you cut the top off, and then you peel some of these dark, little prongs here, I guess. You just peel them off and literally stick this guy in the ground, the top of the pineapple, and it will literally grow out of the top a brand new pineapple. So this is actually a pineapple that grew from a pineapple that I bought. And I just wanted to show you guys how cute he really is. All right. All right. So back to our parfait. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a vanilla yogurt or whatever flavor yogurt you like. Sometimes I'll do like a mango yogurt, which is really good, especially when I'm doing with mangoes. All right. So, and I also have some granola. All right, I have some granola. Normally I'll put like chia seeds and things like that, but this granola actually has like flax seeds, chia seeds in it. It has some sunflower seeds. It has, and let me just show you guys, it has all of these beautiful grains in it, and it has some nuts in there. We got some almonds in there, and this is a very beautiful granola. You can make your own if you like. I always buy mine. You know, I just like to keep it simple, so I go out and buy whatever flavor granola that I like. But this one has lots of flax seeds in it. It has those sunflower seeds and all of those, because those things are really good for you. Okay, really, really good for you. Very high in fiber. You want to always make sure that you're getting a lot of fiber in your diet. Okay, keep that in mind when you're trying to lose weight. Fiber is good. Keep it moving. All right, and then I have here a little small container of some raspberries. All right, so let's build our parfait. All right, so I like to use a glass. When I make a parfait, I like to use a glass because whenever you're eating, it's good to keep food visual. It makes you want to eat it when it looks beautiful. All right. Hi, Adam. How are you? Good to be. I'm glad you could join us, and I hope you get to make you some parfaits as well, Adam. So I want you guys to make sure that you never, ever, ever skip breakfast. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a spoon. All right. And I am going to spoon some of this yogurt. And I'm going to kind of stir it a bit. And by the way, when it comes to yogurts, Greek yogurt is usually when you're trying to like lose weight, Greek yogurt is usually better than a regular yogurt because a lot of times it has more protein in it. So protein is really the key. You want to try to have a higher protein because protein really gives you the energy you need to make it through your day. All right. So what I'm going to do is I got a really nice organic vanilla, and you can see the actual, and I don't know if you guys can see it. You might not can see it as well, but it has those little flecks of real vanilla in there. All right, so this is the good stuff. All right, and you have to be good to yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of a layer of yogurt here. And now I'm going to layer it almost like a bit of a lasagna. So now I'm going to put myself some of this strawberry here. We're going to put some strawberries in there. And we're going to get another spoon. I'm going to get some of this mango. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's building up. We're just going to like layer it. So you're going to see that there. So we're just going to like layer it. I'm going to put some of this mango here. And then I'm going to come in with my granola and drop some of this granola. I'm going to break it up just a little bit because it's still kind of in bigger chunks. And I'm just going to throw that granola in there. And I have another granola here that's a little more. This one's broken up a little bit more. All right, so I'm just going to kind of. All right. And then I'm going to come back in there. Look, so far, we got our first layer. Look at that. Already is looking good. All right. And see, this is what makes you want to eat it. It looks so pretty. All right. Color is important. All right. Eat with color, you guys. You want to make sure that whatever your meal is, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, color is important. The more colors you have, the more vitamins and nutrients you're getting out of that meal. So I am going to put another layer of this yogurt here. I'm going to put the rest of my yogurt, that cup of yogurt. And let me tell you something. I know you may think, oh, you know, I'm starving. You know, I want some pancakes. I want some waffles. You know, I want those potatoes and all of that heavy stuff. I'm going to be so starved. But I'm telling you, this is so satisfying. You'd be surprised at how full you are after eating this. You're going to be stuffed, but you won't be weighed down. You'll still be able to go about your day. All right. So now I'm going to come back in there with some of these beautiful, gorgeous red strawberries. Oh my goodness. And then I'm going to put some of that mango on there. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I'm going to put some of that mango in there because that's the star. This mango is the star. I had to steal it from my mom. So we're going to make sure that that mango is the star of the show. All right. And now I'm going to put just a couple of raspberries on top. And the reason why I didn't want to put the raspberries in my bottom layer is because raspberries are like super delicate. And they tear and they're very delicate. So I like to put the raspberries kind of on top. So I'm going to squeeze in. I think I got enough room to squeeze in 3 raspberries. All right. Oh, look, I need my chia seeds. All right. So I'm going to do this. Now, you guys, if you could see, now I'm going to just lightly. Because the good thing about chia seeds, once again, chia seeds are extremely high in fiber. All right. And they will help keep things moving. You want to keep things moving. All right. In your belly, you want to keep yourself moving. Now, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, gorgeous, parfait, layered with all of that wonderful, gorgeous, you know, mango you got there. All right. You got all of that beautiful strawberries. You got those raspberries, and I put a little bit of those chia seeds, and look at how gorgeous is that. And that took literally no time at all. Now I want to show you the eggs. Now I told you guys the trick with the eggs, right? Because people are always, how do you get your eggs, you know, to not break and all of that? The trick is as soon as you finish boiling them, all right, pour off that hot water. All right. Always time your eggs. I really want to just say that that's the best way to do eggs, because if you like your eggs a certain consistency in the middle, you're going to have to play with it, experiment a couple times. But once you know the trick of the time that it takes, then make sure you use that time every time. So that way they're cooked perfectly the way you like it. So I took these off of the heat and I immediately, you know, poured the hot water off. I ran them under some cold water. I cracked the eggs and I put them in an ice bath. So I added ice to them. So what happens is when I go to peel them, and what I do, all right, so if I go to my egg here, all right, and I'll move this guy out of the way. All right, what I do is I always start, you know how an egg always has like a flatter bottom? All right, so I always start with that first because I want to break that membrane. So I always do a little extra, very gentle tap, because remember, my eggs are kind of custardy in the middle. They're like a soft boil. So I don't want to break open my whites. All right, so I just kind of give it an extra little tap all the way around. I want to make sure that the shell is cracked all the way around the egg. And then I'm going to start at the butt. I call it the butt. All right. I'm going to pinch his butt. All right. Literally, I'm going to take that bottom where that little pocket of air is and break that membrane. I'm going to literally pinch the butt. Right. And what happens, if you can see, that membrane is broken. So now when I peel, all right, and I'm going to get you guys a little bit closer, a little closer. Little bit closer. You can see that as I peel, my peel slides right off. Look at that, like magic. It does not stick. It does not, you know, break or anything like that. And it literally, and I use like literally the side of my thumb here to just slide it off, because that membrane is separated from the egg. And look at that. Perfect. Beautiful, no breaks, perfectly boiled egg. And it has a little bit of that bounce in there that I like. And once again, crack it all the way around. Crack all the way around, you guys. Make sure that shell is cracked good. And then I'm going to go for my flat end of the egg, pinch that bottom, right? Pinch the butt and break that membrane. And then I'm going to use my thumb and slide it off. And it's just going to come right off. Really easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. And if you find that your egg starts to tear, then start peeling in another spot until you get it all the way off. Get underneath that membrane. And it just literally slides right off. Look at that. It slides off. Easy. All right. So now I got my eggs. And I want to cut this egg open so you guys can see the consistency in there. All right, so I want to cut this guy open. Let me grab another little knife. All right, so if I cut that guy open, if you notice, all right, my egg has just a little bit of, like, it's not completely dry. So you can see it still has that little custard in there. All right, but now I have my breakfast ready to go. I have my parfait and I have my eggs. This is my breakfast literally about 5 days a week. All right, and this is absolutely satisfying. It is so yummy, and by the time I finish, I am stuffed. All right, this is a gorgeous breakfast, so make sure that you guys never skip breakfast here. I'm just gonna my camera here. All right, never ever skip breakfast. All right, but I want to give you a few more tips, all right, to help you lose a little weight, what I had to learn. All right, Once again, I mentioned, make sure you guys eat with color. All right. Make sure you have lots of color on your plate. Okay. Because different colors represent different nutrients and minerals that you get. All right. Also, eat often. I know people think, oh, you eat too much. You eat too much. I think the trick with that is that you need to make sure that you're eating the right stuff. Okay. So if you're, stopping at McDonald's and you're grabbing those kinds of things and fast food and stuff like that, that's what's going to throw you off. You want to kind of keep healthy snacks around you at all times. So things like, fruit, nuts, these are my favorite. These little guys right here. These are those little chicken salads in like to go. All right, these things are like the best. And they also come in like a tuna salad, and you can get them in different flavors and spicy and lemon pepper or whatever. These are my best friend because I can literally keep these things in my purse. I can keep them in my bag and they travel. I don't have to keep it refrigerated. So if I get a little hungry, I can eat one of these guys, and it's very high in protein. All right, so if you like tuna, you can do the little chicken tuna salad kits or the chicken salads, and they come in different flavors. It comes with everything you need, including the little itty bitty spoon. So it has everything you need to take it on the go. I like to keep boiled eggs with me. I boil a few eggs in the morning, and I literally will put them in a snack bag with a little sprinkle of salt, pepper, and I will have those eggs with me. So when I get hungry, I can munch on those guys. So eat good stuff, but always eat often. Protein shakes, if you like protein shakes. I prefer to make my own instead of buying the ones that are already pre-made because those tend to be kind of sweet. But make your own protein shakes. Also, make sure you drink lots of water. Okay, make sure you drink lots of water. If you are in an area like me, I'm here in South Florida, it is scorching hot outside. You are constantly getting dehydrated. Walk with a water bottle. Okay, keep this guy full of ice. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll half fill it, maybe like a third of the way. I'll fill it with water and then freeze it overnight and then fill it the rest of the way with water. That way it stays cold with me throughout the whole day. And you stay hydrated. Drink lots of water. And that's really good for, once again, keeping things moving. And also is beautiful on your skin. All right. Eat on small plates. All right. I think it's really important that we not eat on big plates, because when you eat on a big plate, you tend to fill up the plate with whatever food you're eating. So, and then of course, for many of us, you were raised to not leave any food behind. So you end up overeating. Okay. So that's another tip. Try to avoid eating and drinking at the same time. So if you're having a meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, don't drink your drink while you eat your food. It actually makes you eat more. So just separate your food and your drink. So either drink 30 minutes before you eat or 30 minutes after you eat, but try not to eat and drink at the same time because it tends to make you overeat. Eat slower. That way your stomach has time to tell your brain to stop eating. You are full. Listen, you do not have to eat everything on your plate. That's how I was raised. But that also encouraged overeating. So if you feel yourself full, stop. It is okay. You can eat the rest later. If it's really good and you really are enjoying that meal, but you feel full, just pack it away and you can eat the rest later. But you do not have to keep eating. Don't stuff yourself, because that too will make you not want to be active. Okay. So also, one last thing, stay active, you guys. Walk. Cardio, exercise, kinesthetics. You don't have to join a gym. There are lots of ways that you can stay active. Walk around your neighborhood. All right. Things like that. And that is how I was able to lose 80 pounds. All right. It took me about a year to lose it, maybe about a year or so to lose it. But I've kept it off for a few years now. So I have no intentions of ever going back to that really high weight. So I just want to encourage you guys to really do your best to eat better and make sure you never skip breakfast. And I hope you guys make yourself a beautiful fruit parfait, yogurt parfait, and just start your day off with breakfast. Never skip breakfast. I love you guys. I am Chandra Kydd of Smart Kydd Concepts. You can always check out more content, more information on ways to get better in your learning and your lifestyle by going to my website, www.smartkyddconcepts.com. Also, you guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. You guys subscribe, share, like, comment, because we want to do this with you. Smart Kydd Concepts is all about supporting and encouraging you guys in continuous learning and growth, and that you get better in your life. Love you guys so much. I am Chandra Kydd of Smart Kydd Concepts. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.